Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and this is kind of, one of those showing you what's been going on here, folks. This is the House Oversight Committee, and you know that there's three of them that are working together on the supposed impeachment inquiry, and that's the House Intel with Adam Schiff, that's the Oversight with Elijah Cummings, which is the site this particular one is on. And then the third one is Elliot from the Foreign Affairs. Okay, so we've got these guys, and this is what the House Oversight has been doing. I want to show you these things. Okay, so here's a statement on the ruling that Mazars must comply with the Oversight Committee subpoena for Trump's records. So this is the company that's, doing Trump's taxes and things. And so, of course, Elijah Cummings says, you must obey us. You must bow to us and do what we say. And so, yeah, they want everything, They're trying to push that, and that's what that particular one is about. And then this one is their statement on the interview of Ambassador Yavonovitch. Oh, that's the one I want to show you. But look at these others. We will look at this in just a minute. But look at all the other stuff. Well, here's one on e-cigarette companies. But here's Rick Perry was subpoenaed. We have Giuliani Associates subpoenaed. We have Oversight Committee ready subpoenas. Look at this. Subpoena, subpoena, subpoena. That's all they know how to do. Look, it's just crazy. Look at all the subpoenas. It just goes on, one from the other to the other. Oh, it just is so insane that they're doing this. So this is what they've spent the entire month of October doing, issuing subpoenas. But they're not really subpoenas, folks. Because they call them that, but they're not. The only way they can do subpoenas is for legitimate oversight that individual committee is responsible for. They can't give out subpoenas for this impeachment inquiry because it's not been voted on by the entire House. And when they do that, then the Republicans will have an equal ability to send out subpoenas. And they don't want to give that authority to the Republicans. It all wants to be kept close and hush-hush, so nobody will know what's going on, and they can pick out the little bits and pieces that will further their narrative instead of actually giving out the entire transcript, which would show us all the truth. And, that's what they want. So I just kind of wanted to show you yes, those are our tax dollars at work with these people, and this is how they're spending them. And then, of course, here's the press release. Now, I don't know why, but a lot of these press releases have been put out on this Foreign Affairs Committee. I don't know why their website seems to be the one that gets all of this flack. And I don't know this chairman very well, but he is, Elliot Engel. So that's his name. They just even call him the three chairs. I mean, that's how they're labeling all these. But this one, today, these three chairs released the following statement. Last night, the committees learned that the State Department, at the direction of the White House, directed Ambassador Marie Yavonovitch not to appear for her voluntary interview today. This is the latest example of the administration's efforts to conceal the facts from the American people. Wait, conceal the facts from the American people. You mean like not releasing transcripts? Like having these hearings behind closed doors? Like not allowing the Republicans to subpoena anyone? Like not allowing the Republicans to even ask questions? Or like Matt Gaetz was kicked out today because he's on the Judiciary Committee. He's not on one of these three committees. So he was not allowed in there for this particular thing. Yeah, this is what's going on. But they sit there and they say, but the administration's efforts to conceal the facts from the American people and obstruct our lawful and constitutionally authorized impeachment inquiry. No, it's not constitutionally authorized until you all bring it to the floor of the House and you vote on it. So just do it. Just poop or get off the pot. That's what you got to do. In response, the House Intelligence Committee issued a subpoena to compel her testimony this morning. This duly authorized subpoena, see, they keep saying that, but it's not. is mandatory. They are liars, just liars. And the illegitimate order from the Trump administration not to cooperate has no force. Okay, the Trump administration is illegitimate, but theirs are legitimate. Oh, you know the verse in the Bible in Isaiah where it says they'll call evil good and good evil? Hello, we are there. Oh my goodness. It is a topsy-turvy world we live in. That's for sure. Anyway, so as is required of her, the ambassador is now complying with the subpoena and answering questions from both Democratic and Republican members and staff. Yeah, I bet. I mean, they do let the Republicans ask questions, but then what gets out to the press? Well, you see, you've got the Republicans who actually respect the rules of the House and don't put things out without being allowed to by the committee. But the Democrats, on the other hand, leak. They find the little bits and pieces that fit what they want to say, and they leak those. And that's what you're going to hear. Any efforts by Trump administration officials to prevent witness cooperation with the committees will be deemed obstruction of a co-equal branch of government, and an adverse inference may be drawn against the president on the underlying allegations of corruption and cover-up. No. Cover-up is where you don't put the transcripts out. That is a cover-up. That is evidence of a cover-up. So who's doing the cover-up? It's not the president. It's not even that branch of the government. And see, this is what they're not really recognizing here. Yes, they do have oversight responsibility. Yes, they do have the impeachment authority. But they can't access that impeachment authority until they take the full vote, in the House. And until then, they can't be forcing the executive branch to go along with them if they're not going to follow the law. This is very similar to what we see happening in many cases where it's like the Democrats and the liberals tend to sit there and say, oh, we want this law, but not for us. We're above that law. But you little peons, no, you all have to follow the law. And that's really what's been hindering the Republicans all along, because we tend to follow the rules, and they don't. And so they expect us to follow all the rules, but then they write whatever rules they want to fit whatever they want to do. Yeah. Anyway, that's their little statement there from the three of them. And again, I just wanted to let you know what all they're doing. This is how our money's being spent. Subpoena, 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 even though they're not really subpoenas. So, yeah, they call it that because they know that that word will strike fear in the hearts of these people. I'm sure there are a lot of these people that they're calling on to testify that if they just say the word subpoena, they're hoping, the Democrats are hoping that the minute these people hear the word subpoena, they will fall into line and say, yes, sir, whatever you want, sir. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's what the White House is taking a stand against, because it's not right until they follow the rules. And the Democrats just aren't interested at all in following the rules these days. So I wanted to share that with you because, it's just more happening all the time, all of these things, and they are doing their very best to try to keep this narrative going. Now, if you've not seen the newest Project Veritas video, you really need to see that. I'll put the link down below. It is on CNN, and it's on how they were told by Zucker himself, you need to keep with the impeachment narrative. It needs to be there all the time. And so really that's what they've been tasked to do. And in some ways it made me feel bad for some of the people at CNN who probably would genuinely like to be doing their job the way they believe it needs to be done with more fairness. But oh no, that's not what's happening. And one last thing I want to leave you with is, I don't know if you saw this or not. I didn't until I saw it on Twitter. Fox News even put this out. ABC apologizes for mistaking Kentucky gun range video for Turkish bombing of Syria. And so they had this footage and they said it was footage of this bombing that was going on and the Kurds were being bombed and how awful that was. And the footage ended up being a gun demonstration from Kentucky. And so they apologize for it. Now, here's the deal, folks. There are a lot of steps that go into putting together, a news broadcast. I understand that. And, there are things that I have to do to put mine together. And so I know that they've got to go through some of the similar processes. Plus, they've got more people. And true, it's very possible that somebody put in the wrong clip. But to say that this was something from Syria had to be planned. And instead of this being, oops, we put the wrong video in, it's not that. Because if they would have put the wrong video in, they would have said, no, we made the mistake. We put the wrong video in. Here's the video we should have shown. But they didn't do that. Instead, they just said, oh, we made a mistake. We just mixed up the videos. Okay, you didn't have real video of what you were alleging this was. So in other words, you lied to us. You made up news. That's truthification. Trying to take fiction and sell it as truth. And that's what they're doing. So I wanted to put this in there. You can watch the whole thing. I'm not going to show it, but yeah, they had an apology for reportedly using video from a Kentucky gun range while falsely claiming it depicted a fierce battle between Syrian Kurds and Turkish forces. That is not an oops, we got the wrong video moment. That's an oops, we got caught making fake news moment. So, wanted to share that with you. I'll leave all the links down below. You're welcome to check them out for yourself. Share them as much as possible because people need to know about this stuff. So, that's all I've got for you on this one. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later.